This is our sweet friend Zora.
Yes, my name is Zora Strickland, and I believe I met Dr. Witcher, let's see, it was in 22 or 21. If we think back a little bit, I think we heard about COVID in 2019, and then we heard about it coming into our nation 2020. So after a year had gone by, I got COVID. But thank the Lord, I had a very mild case. But all during that time, and in prayer, and with my prayer group and all, I had some discernment to pay attention and listen what the researchers are saying about the safety of the vaccine. And I work as a nurse at the medical center. I'm not practicing hands-on, but I am a registered nurse that works as an analyst. But as time went by, I wanted to do some preventive things, and I couldn't find. I went online and found the doctors there, that group. But locally, trying to get the prescription, couldn't get it filled. So I found a pharmacy, and they gave me Dr. Witcher's name. So I contacted him, and he saw me. And my husband, we saw him together. And he got out his paper records, which that's not what we do now. We have electronic charting. But he was using the old-time paper chart, and I love to see it because I'm an old nurse, and that's what I dealt with in my older years. But that was discernment and prayer. It's like God He sees everything. He sees the future, and He loves us, and He aligns us, and at a strategic time. And so I knew Dorothy way back 30 years ago through our church. Had not seen her in years. Then we reconnected through a prayer group with these ladies over here and men, Span. We reconnected. And it was all step by step along the way. So in time of need, Dr. Witcher has helped me, my husband, and my children, my adult children, who are healthcare workers and also got COVID. Had it not been for him, we could have been in some deep trouble. So I thank you, Dr. Witcher, for you being brave to step up to the plate, to have a voice for us. And we're behind you.
Oh, you don't have to hold it up. Just talk loud.
I just want to say that I found Dr. Witcher when it was kind of like there was nobody else. I thought it was crazy. And then one day he popped up on Telegram with his Bible when he did that interview, and I was like, wow, okay. And one thing led to another, and ultimately my husband and I ended up meeting him. And for a year we didn't have COVID, and then we got COVID. And if it wasn't for Dr. Witcher, Ken wouldn't be here. And I was sick trying to treat him. And when Dr. Witcher was in Missouri treating Brother Mike, he would call me every night and not call me, but what is it? FaceTime. Yeah, measuring my oxygen levels and telling me to get Ken up and walk around. And anyway, like I said, I'm not good at this. What I appreciate about you, Dr. John, is that he was a man that stated a mission, and he struck with it from A to Z, and he never deviated. And I had firsthand experience because Nancy and I had the opportunity to work the hotline with Dr. Granger and Dr. Witcher and some other doctors at the time. But anyway, so we know even many more people that they treated out of state just by phone. And I don't know, I couldn't think of a better governor. So I think that we have a great candidate here, and I hope that things work the way that. And also you, Dr. Granger, Dr. Witcher saved us twice, and Dr. Granger saved Ken's job. So I have lots to be thankful for. Thank you so much.
No.
Okay, I'm Nancy Stribling, and like Renee said, I'm one of the volunteers with Mississippi Against Mandates and Doctors Who Care, and we answer the hotline for people, and we get calls from people all over the United States. We've even gotten calls from people in England and Australia and up in Canada. Of course, we can't do anything to help them, but we can send them some sites. But anyway, I'm a retired RN after almost 40 years, and mostly med-surg. And when COVID started, I was very leery of the vaccines. As a nurse, I knew that it had not been studied long enough, and I just didn't have a good feeling about it. So I was online one night, and I saw the site, Mississippi Against Mandates and Doctors Who Care, and I contacted the person answering the calls then, and that's how I got in touch with Dr. Witcher. So I went to see him for myself. My husband had been vaccinated, my children had been vaccinated, but Nancy was not getting vaccinated. So anyway, I was able to start taking ivermectin. I've not had any vaccines. I've not had COVID. I've not even had a bad cold. Taking the ivermectin. And it is not horse paste. It's not. They do make an ivermectin for humans. So anyway, just seeing Dr. Witcher in action, I was very impressed with him as a nurse. I had never met him before. And I mean, I'm not real easy to impress. And people that know me in my professional work know that I'm pretty outspoken and opinionated about my doctors. So anyway, but he has such a kind heart. He has so much empathy for patients who have gone through COVID and through the families who've lost loved ones. And I just think he would be an awesome governor, and he has my vote. There's no doubt about that. And another thing I want to say is this lady right here is going to be an awesome First Lady.